Okay, so hi everyone. So my name is Matli. I'm an artist from Madagascar, and today we'll talk about um, new ways of selling art. So maybe specifically about art, because the theme is also talking about architecture. And I will share with you my way of doing it, my way of working here in Madagascar, and how I managed to sell my art and work in this field. So yeah, first of all, I think that you have to show your craft to a maximum of people using different ways of doing it. So for me, for example, I'm using and working a lot with uh, social media, especially Facebook, because everyone is on social media nowadays. And I think that, yeah, it's, how to tell it? It's a very useful way to showcase your work, so you can have a page. And for me, also, I'm using Instagram, for example. And the interesting way to do it is way you have to do it. Sorry, is because you can have a high variety of people and customers on social media. It can be your friends, just simply your friends, your family, but also everyone is on the social media one more time. And you can also find, for example, people who can offer to buy your art on Facebook, entrepreneurs, yeah, and so on. So yeah, I'm using social media. Sorry, but did not find my speech, so it's a little bit messy. The second point, yeah, as an artist, I think that you also have to aim for different fields, different customers. I know that a lot of artists are working on and targeting a specific niche of a market. For example, some artists will just do canvases, high-end canvases, and sell them at a high price. So their niche are the people who can afford to buy those art. But as the fly passes in the field of art, I've also noticed that a lot of people could be interested in your artwork, but don't have especially the money to afford it. So I think that it's also a good idea to propose several kind of artwork. So you can do high-end expensive artwork for people who can afford to buy it, but also I recommend to, for example, sell goodies of your artwork, like t-shirts, mugs, stickers, postal cards, for example. And this will help you to show your artworks, your art, your work to a wider variety of people, instead of just aiming for instead of just relying on one specific market. Also, it can be interesting to have those several fields. So, in case of because of some environmental, how do you call it? Because of some situations, sometimes this specific niche cannot buy your work for specific reason. Maybe, for example, because of COVID-19, for example, this plague, it can be difficult to sell from just one niche, and you have to rely on several niches to have a solution B, a solution C. What else? For me, also the strategy is to communicate a lot about my artwork. Something I'm doing things for free, and I think that it's important. I know that a lot of people don't like to do work for free for some reasons. I'm not also talking about doing always things for free, or if people are bargaining to lower, to devaluate the value of your work. But it can be interesting to choose some projects, and it can be interesting to do it for free or to propose your services for free. For example, I like to do murals, and sometimes it's commissioned, so I can price the right price for the work. But also a lot of time, because I know that there are some interesting spots. So it's not a problem for me to do a mural for free. For example, if I know that the place could be interesting for having views. So it's a big public space, for example. So I can do it for free because I know that if I'm doing an artwork here, it will be visible. And the more it will be visible, the more I have the chance that someone will call me for work or for commissions. Um, what else? Sorry, 1 minute. Um, yeah, also doing work. When you're thinking about doing work, the struggle with a lot of artists is that they will do a specific work for a specific commission, for example. So I think that what can be interesting is also to do a work and to think about it. That, for example, I will do a digital work. So the thing is, okay, I will do the creation. I will do it for granted that it's your work, and I think that you have to also give this image that you're doing this for work. It's something serious, not just something to so you can improve your product, you can improve your techniques, you can improve the messages you want to share, for example, in your paintings or other things. um, Another things maybe I want to talk about is also sorry, connection, to add personality to the product. So yeah, it's like everything else. I think that people are more interested in buying something special, original, rather than buying something they can find everywhere else. So if it's just a copy of something that already exists, why should people buy it? So I think that yeah, you have to add personality to your work. I think that it's also important that it is recognizable, and so people can refer. So when people see your artwork, they know who has done it, and they will be interested because it will become like a collector thing. They want to have something from you. Um, Yeah, and yeah, maybe I think that I'm finished. Sorry, but it was a little bit messy. I had some little trouble, and maybe I will finish this talk in thanking all the organization during this Tropic Business Summit, and to let me have this small talk about art and architecture. Oh yeah, I think it's okay. No. Mm, what else can I add? Yeah, the pricing maybe, because I think that we have small bit of time left. Yeah, so for the money, the pricing, yeah, I think a lot of artists struggles in putting price on their artworks. I think that the first advice I can give is to be honest with yourself, and also to be honest with the client. Um, you can give value to your artwork, not devaluate it, but also not to be too pretentious. Um, you know, the clients, the customers will know that it's a way too expensive for this artwork, for example, or it's way too uh, not too cheap, and they know that there will be something wrong if a piece of work is too cheap or too expensive. So you have to be honest with yourself, and eventually you will know. You can take advices from people around you to have advice on how much, for example, they will evaluate your artwork. But also, I think that even you personally, you can guess, you know how much time and how much energy you have put into an artwork. If something took you 1 hour, 2 hours to do, or maybe one day, you could and you should evaluate how much you price your work for a day of work, for example, or 1 hour of work. And I think also that the materials you're using, if you're using simple materials which are cheaper, or for example, you are using gold to do your artwork, of course, it will raise the price or react with your price. And if you're correct with the price, the people will begin to buy it because it's fair, not too expensive. mm, don't know if I have over. I didn't really prepare something else, but I think I have. Yeah, I have this turnover. So what else? At personality, you can offer something special. Yeah. Also, if we talk about artwork, yeah, always try to offer something special. As I said earlier, you have to propose products for a lot of people, for a wide variety of people. It can be young people, it can be older people. So try to propose something original, something new. If you are doing t-shirts, try to not do simple t-shirts, but try to find, for example, over fabrics, over kind of t-shirts, maybe doing hoodies. I know that a lot of people are doing it, but try to figure out how to do something new, something special, something that people have never seen elsewhere. You can do mugs, for example, but how about doing a giant mug, for example? It can be another idea. Always, because it's art field, you have to be creative. So let's be creative and let's do something creative, not something that someone have already seen elsewhere. Always, if you're creative, if you're original, if people haven't seen this kind of thing you're doing elsewhere, automatically it will work. And you have to work, and it will work. You have to be original. um Anything else? Don't know. Think I think I have done the be consistent. Already said. Communication. Already said. Everyone is on social media. Yeah. So I think that it's all. It's how I'm doing things, and maybe the last advice and the most important one is that you also have to work. You have to work every day. You have to produce. You have to do research. You have to search for customers. You have to communicate. You have to do social medias. All of that is part of the work of an artist, or maybe it's the way I'm working. And the results, you have the results after you have doing all those works, the results should show. uh, know a lot of people who don't do the work. For example, just writing a biography, I think that it's part of the work. To do a catalog, to show, to take picture of your work, all of that should be part of the work of an artist. And all of that uh, will facilitate the way you are selling your artwork, your works, or to have commissions. Because if you're not doing all of that, people will not know what you're doing. And also, people don't know what they like if they haven't seen the project first. Don't know if that makes sense, but I'm pretty convinced that you have to show people first, and then they will buy and they will be interested in what you do, and not the inverse. You don't have to wait for people wanting for something, or thinking, or maybe thinking what people should like or will like, and doing it in that way. You have to propose something new. And yeah, I think that it's all. um, yeah, don't know if yeah, I'm very sorry, because it's a little bit messy. I'm not doing excuses, but I have serious problems before to speak. So I was a little bit.
Si t'aimes pas, je sais pas si t'aimes manger chinois ou pas.